How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome back to a DP with me. I think this is 21. And I wanted to do this one. For no other reason than, the colors are bright. And it's a good, I would say spring/summer picture. With the cactus in the background, and you've got flowers and stuff, and yeah, I think this one won't take me too long to get done, so I'm looking forward to doing it. I think it's really pretty, and I'm thinking about changing up my office some. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but my office is decorated mainly in video game stuff. So one of my favorite games is a game called Fallout 4, and the whole Fallout series, honestly, but Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 are my favorite. And it has this apocalyptic kind of 50s mesh in it. Right? So there's a lot of 1950s style like furniture and decor, but it's post-apocalyptic, so they're all like trashed and stuff like that. And the music in it is, probably older than the 50s, probably like 30s or 40s, 1940s music, that kind of style there. And like jazz more than like doo-wop kind of stuff, right? So anyway, I'm thinking about changing my decor up because I've had it like this for a couple of years now, and I'm a little nuts in the sense of I like change. So I will probably pack all those things away and change it up to show some of my more current interest. I don't really have many diamond paintings hanging up in my office, so I think I'm gonna start putting more and more of those up, even if it is just tacking the canvas to the wall, that kind of thing. So this is one of those ones where I'm hoping that when it's done, it'll look awesome enough for me to put up on the wall. So yeah. That's where we're at. So this is what we're gonna work on this one. I'm gonna get back to that diner one, the car one that I started last time, or two episodes. Yes, I'm calling them episodes of DP with me. Probably 2 ones ago. I think it was number 18 that I did the diner car one. We'll see how that one turns out. Maybe that one will go up on my wall as well. We'll see how it works out. But this is a 30 by 40. It's 23 colors, and I'm not really kitting it up. I'm doing the baggy thing again. I'm reserving. I don't have a lot of room in my room, so I reserve the storage containers for larger diamond paintings. Excuse me very much. If it's 30 colors or less, or 32 colors or less, I'm pretty much just putting them in baggies and going from there. So we're gonna work on this. I'm using my brand new pen from Danny, Miss Creations by Danny, and the link will be down in the description. I'm using my new pen from her, which she sent me, which is amazing. I've been using it. It's a little bit thicker than my other pens, but it fits in my hand really well, and I like the thicker pens. Also, I think the last time that I talked about her pens, I didn't mention that these are 5 inches, but she also makes, like, I think I'm not sure what sizes, but she makes some longer sizes. She makes slim ones, thinner ones. I think the smaller ones are generally thicker, but yeah, check them out, because usually when she does a batch like this one or the other ones, she'll do, I think, maybe 7 different styles. I could be wrong, but that's why I say go check out her shop. The link will be below. So I'm using that. I'm using my NYX's Notions tray. I've got my green one and my yellow one available. So depending on, you know, how many colors I'm using. If it's a small amount, I use my green one. If it's a bigger amount, I use my yellow one. Very simple. So we're going to start down here on the bottom like I typically always do. I typically always start from the bottom. I don't know why. Maybe because it's easier? I don't know. Maybe I should start from the top, but whatever. So we're going to get into this. Again, my voice is froggy, so I apologize. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I'm going to go with probably this corner here. Now my camera might focus on my pen more than the canvas when I zoom in, so I apologize for that. It usually doesn't do that with tweezers, but with the pen it will because it's chunkier. It grabs it a lot better. So I think I'm going to start over here in this section here. And what color are we going to start with? Let's start with the letter U, which is number 2, or color 402. So I still have these in the little baggies, so I'm going to open it up and put this color on my tray. Oh, this is a very pretty peach color, like a, it's kind of, yeah, it's like a orangey orange peach color. That is super pretty. And what did I say? What letter did I say? I said it's letter U. So let's get these in the tray here. I'm going to zoom in for you guys and hopefully move this up so that you can see what I'm doing. I am zoomed in all the way. So you guys should be able to see what I'm doing. And again, the pen's probably going to blur it out, but you know, it'll be okay, right? So how's everybody doing? I think I asked you guys that. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing okay. It is kind of still my weekend. I go back, you know, I have 4 days off, so I'm not trying to complain about going back to work, but I'm telling you, one of these days, my husband is going to let me stay home. I know it. I can feel it. I just got to be patient. I totally lost that drill. I haven't put new wax on this, so I might have to re-wax it. But this is the wax that Danny is working on creating, and I do like it. It is. I did notice that it does change with the temperature. If it's warmer out, it's a little bit more gooey than if it's colder out, it's a little bit more hard. But it does last. I think I had a comment on one of my other videos from Betsy. She was saying that she's still trying to find a good stick. Well, you know, and that Betsy, you said that you're a hard presser, so all the wax winds up popping out. Well, mine does too, and I'm not a hard placer. You can see that I've got wax seeping out, right? But all I do with that is I just take my finger and every once in a while I just roll it back in to the pen there. It's not stopping it from seeping out, it's still going to. But if you do that every once in a while, it won't pick up a whole bunch of extra diamonds around it as much. Because I don't press that hard at all. So I think that the wax squeezing out, or, you know, coming off of the pen like that depends on the hardness of the wax, right? That's, you know, I think that's why you like your, what is it that you use your double-sided tape for the multi-placer, and you use, what is it, like glue dots or something like that? I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but use something like that for your single placer. I think that consistency might be a little bit harder, less gooey, so to speak. So that might be why they don't spill out. But when you use wax, I mean that's just part of the process. Wax and putty both kind of just spill out, and you kind of it's hard. I know it's tough sometimes to find out which one works best for you. So Betsy, all the luck on that one. I really hope that you find one that you like, and if you don't, then what's working for you, maybe if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Maybe what you're working with is the best for you because of the way that you place. I don't really have any wax sticking to my drills that much unless it gets super dirty and I don't pick it all out and I put wax over top of old wax. Then sometimes it'll stick and come out with the drill, but that's pretty rare, to tell you the truth, for me. But they're doing, it really does come down to your preference, because you were saying, Betsy, you were saying that it takes you a little bit more time to get your pens ready to diamond paint. But you know what? If you're okay with it, then that's great. Do it. Because you're the one that's doing the craft, right? You don't have to use something else because somebody else likes it. I mean, I would definitely, say try things out. But some of this stuff is expensive, so I don't blame you if you don't want to. Because there's stuff that people claim are, oh, this is the best of this or whatever, and I'm just like, I get it, and I spend, X amount of dollars, and I'm like, well, that was a waste of money. And that goes with anything, really. But I feel like, whatever works best for you is what you should stick with. But hopefully Danny keeps working on this wax. I really do like it. I've been using it now for when was that video that I posted? 2 weeks or so, maybe even longer than that. I've been using this wax, and I really like it. I haven't used that much of it because it lasts pretty long. I could show you my little tin or my little plastic case. That's all that I've used, really. Not much at all. And some of it I threw away because out of my pen, because when I use some of it on some of my crystals, and for some reason, I don't know what it is, the coating on the crystals or whatever, but they will dirty up your wax way faster than regular drills. So if you use wax in your pen with crystals, you do change a lot more. At least from my experience, you do change it out a lot more. So that's what I was having happen. Gosh, I can't speak today. That's what was happening to me. Why I went through wax. But if I get brand new wax in the pen before I started painting, it'll last me for almost an entire 30 by 30 before I have to replace the wax or refill it or whatever you want to call it. So, Danny, keep working on it, like I said before, because I like it. The only thing that I would like probably better is if it was scented. But that comes with it, Once you perfect it, then you can worry about the scent if you want to put any scent in it. Some people don't like it. Some people do. I like the scent. That's why I keep going back to my Diamond Art Supply wax, because it's scented and it smells really good. Honeysuckle, it's one of my favorite smells. One of my favorite. Outside of my husband, he smells wonderful. He uses Old Spice. I forget which scent of Old Spice, but he uses Old Spice, and I love it. It's always been one of my favorite scents. Old Spice has. So whenever he gets out of the shower and stuff, I'm just like, oh baby. Ooh, baby. All right, we're gonna go with letter Z, which is number 5, which is DMC 758. 758. So I hope you guys are having fun with the diamond paintings that you're working on right now. Some of you guys have told me that you're working on some diamond art clubs. It seems like some of you have some that you're doing like multiple, like me. You've got multiple going at one time. And you know what? Honestly, I think that's probably better, because you do get bored, especially if you're working on a big one. You do get bored with it from time to time, so it's nice to change it up. I think that's why I do get the specials and the crystals, because sometimes, oh, these are stuck together. Sometimes it just, I just need that little bit of a break. You know, sometimes I am all the way down here and you guys can't see me. So I think it's a good idea to work on multiple ones, because you can rotate them and you don't really get tired of working on the same image. I did finish up the spring 4-pack. So I think I haven't done a short video on my channel yet, but I think I'm going to do a short video, one of those shorts. What are they, like a minute long or 30 seconds long or whatever it is. I think I'm going to do one to show you guys just a picture, like a quick look at all 4 of them, the spring flowers together. They're up on my wall now. My husband and I put them up on the wall today, and they look good. We have them grouped nicely on the wall. One of them wasn't sticking very well because we're using Velcro, like the command strips. One of them wasn't sticking very well and fell down, but I think I fixed it. So my husband was playing with me on that one. He's like, it won't stick. I'm like, you know what? You're way taller than me. You can do it. But I think I got it to stick good now, which is nice. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do one of those shorts videos for you guys to see them. I don't know if I'll have sound in it or not. I don't know if I'll have sound or if I'll just put an overlay on it, but we'll see. We'll see how I do it. So look for that. Keep an eye open for that one. But, you know, if you miss it, you can just, you know, go to my homepage and look there and see if it's posted. Because it might not be this week that it gets up there, but it will be soon. So these are really pretty colors. I like this color a lot. It's very similar to the last color, but I can tell a slight difference. Like the first color that I put down was had a little bit of, I want to say maybe a little red or a little brown in it, whereas this one, or it's the other way around. This one has a little bit more red or brown in it, and probably more red, and this one had more brown in it. Super pretty. Super pretty colors. Got a little bit of that one. Hope you guys can see. All right. Hope it's not blurry for you. Let's see, what's the next color that I want to do? How about that letter L? That letter L is, there's quite a bit of that right there, so that might be a good one to do. So letter L is number 12 on the canvas, which is DMC 945. And this is kind of like a peachy pink as well. They're all very similar in color tone, but different enough that the gradient, I think, like once the painting's done, you're going to be able to tell the difference. You know, I mean, when they're all lined up together, you can tell the difference. They don't look the same color, but when they're sporadic on the painting like this, I think that it's going to look really cool when it's all done, like all together. I think it's going to look nice. So let me know. Can you guys see the difference in color? I mean, this one you can. It's a lot paler than the other. Excuse me, than the other two that I put up already. But yeah, I think this one's good. I think it's a nice color. It's a pale color, like a pale pink. Although I don't have my overhead light on, so if I turn on my overhead light, it might be a completely different color. Doesn't it? It's so shocking to me. Not shocking, but, or not so shocking, but I'm amazed, I should say, at the change of color depending on the lighting in the room. You would think red is red, you know, blue is blue, that kind of thing, but because the lighting changes, then the tone of the color changes, and it amazes me sometimes, because then I'm like, well, I start thinking those little kid thoughts like, well, are the colors that we see really the colors that they're supposed to be, or are we just seeing whatever shade our eyes can see? And how can you tell if someone's colorblind? And you know what I mean? Like, I started thinking all of that stuff, like a 5-year-old. You know, I just want to go up to somebody and go, well, why? And just keep going, why? Well, why? And they actually, in my old job, they actually trained us to do that. Root cause corrective action, 7 whys. Ask why at least 7 times, and that will get you to the root of the problem. And so they taught us that. So like if somebody said, well, this color I think is peach, and then you go, well, why? And you go, well, because it looks like you know, my skin tone. Well, why? And like you keep asking why. That probably wasn't a good example, but you keep asking why until you get down to where you can't answer why anymore. And if you can't find an answer to why anymore, then that's usually your root cause. And you should build your corrective action off of that. So they teach you to look at things like a child, because a child doesn't, they're just curious. They don't judge, you know. You don't start judging things until you get older, which is kind of sad, but it makes sense. I say it's kind of sad because we tend to, you know, we as humans tend to judge the wrong things sometimes, and not judge the things we should be judging, if that makes any sense. But, so yeah, it would be interesting. It would be very interesting if people just did that all the time, just asked why all the time until they couldn't anymore, or couldn't get an answer anymore, because then I think a lot of A lot of issues would probably be resolved faster if we did that. You know, even internally, even if you do it with yourself, you know, you're having a bad day. Well, why am I having a bad day? Because so and so made me feel bad. Well, why did they make you feel bad? Well, because they said this. Well, you know, well, why did they say this? Well, because I was kind of aggravated and I said this. Well, why did you say that? Well, because, you know what I mean? Like, if you keep digging into it, you could probably figure out how to help yourself from being aggravated so much with different little things. I mean, the older I get, the less I get aggravated with stuff. I think it could go either way. As an adult, you either get more aggravated with stuff or you get less aggravated with stuff, depending on how you deal with things, you know? And I think I'm getting less. I think I'm getting less aggravated. I think I'm learning better how to not even just let things go, but how to see things real while in the moment, you know, truthfully in the moment. So if somebody, you know, doesn't like what I say or gets upset, I can look at them a lot easier and go, okay, well, this person is clearly, this is going on with this, or, you know, and that's why this person reacted this way. Or, well, clearly I approached them with my own stress, so that's why they said what they said to me, you know. I think that I'm getting better at that, seeing that more in real time than in reflection. So I think that's why I'm not getting as stressed. It's just, you know, frustrating when you can't get to that, when you're having difficulty getting to that, where things just keep piling up. That's what bothers me sometimes, I think, and it's probably what bothers everybody. It just winds up, you wind up just getting overwhelmed with what's going on around you, and you kind of lose the ability to clearly get through it, you know, because you're trying to work through one thing and then another thing pops up, and I think that's what causes stress. So I've been trying to focus on the one thing first, and not worry about the other thing until I figure out the first thing, because I can't fix number one or number two until I fix number one. Does that make sense? Like, number one and two problem, can't fix it. Can't fix it if I can't focus on it. That's how I feel. I can't fix it if I can't focus on it. What am I on? I'm still doing this one. I got a couple of them up here in this little spot, so I'm going to do those before I put this one away. Whoops, my palm got stuck to the glue. There's that. That looks pretty good so far. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. And I think that's a good time to say, you know what, let's call it right here, because we're just about 30 minutes, which means, you know, once I cut that minute and a half out, you know, it'll be just around that half-hour mark, which is good for a DP with me. So as you can see, we started down here. I hope you can see. Zoom in a little bit. There you go. So we started down here with those flowers, or maybe they're succulents. Maybe they're just very, very bright succulents, huh? Yeah, maybe. Now, honestly, as I'm filming this video, I don't remember where I got these from, but I didn't do the unboxing too long ago. And I will link this below if you like it. If you like it, go out and get it, right? That's what I say. Because I look at it this way too. You know, I might have a lot of diamond paintings that I need to complete, but at least I have some. You know, at least I have some that I can work on, and I can pick and choose which ones I want to work on. So I don't mind having so many of them. I kind of mind having so many huge ones. I have a lot of really big ones, and I don't know when I'm going to get those done because they're a little bit more difficult to store in while you're working on them. You know what I mean? So, but that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Hit that like button. That helps me out a lot. Leave a comment down below. I love your comments. I try very hard to get back to you within a week. So if you leave me a comment and, you know, give me about a week to get back to you, and I'll do my best to do so. And what did I say? Hit that bell button. That will give you a notification if you're subscribed to me. Give you a notification pop up when I release a new video. My throat is really dry. So, yeah, that's going to do it for me. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, bye, and I will see you in the next one.